Hey y'all. Hey. Hope everyone is having a great day. So I just wanted to come on because if you've been following me, you've been seeing that I've been posting a lot about my conference, Polish Your Crown, Women's Conference. And if you're not aware of who I am, my name is Ashley King, aka the Get It Done Queen, as well as the Queen Influencer behind the Polish Your Crown Women's Conference. And so I wanted to come on and just give the backstory about how the Polish Your Crown Women's Conference was the first. Actually, in 2016, I was at an event, and a young lady came up to me. Hey, Rod, thanks for tuning in. A young lady had came up to me and told me how my, speech really had helped her and whatnot. And I was, feeling good. As a speaker, sometimes you always wonder if what you're saying is really being impactful. So that made me feel really good. So I started following her on social media. And during that time frame, I had just got engaged. So, of course, I was planning a wedding. Started my business as far as the editing and ghostwriting. So at a time in which I should have been happy, I had got caught up in the trap of comparing. I began to compare my life to her, the young lady I met at the conference, as well as other women's life. So a time where I should have been happy as a newlywed, planning a wedding, I began to compare my relationships to other women. I began to compare my looks to other women, my business, and it made me feel less than. The comparison trap is just that. It's a trap. That is a downward spiral that leads you to nowhere but depression. And so, as they say, comparison is the theft of joy, and it truly did that. It took my joy. So even, after I got married, I felt like I wasn't good enough as a wife. I felt like I wasn't worthy enough to have a successful business, or I wasn't good enough or smart enough to, run my business. So I felt like this for some months. Like usually I'm the happy-go-lucky type person. I'm out networking, I'm speaking, and during this time frame, I didn't care to do nothing. I didn't want to be around nobody. I was perhaps one of the most miserable bride, or soon-to-be bride, perhaps the bridezilla, and I noticed that that wasn't me. And so I had a moment, I guess one of those Jacob where he wrestled with the angel. Like I had a moment where I had to get to God, and it didn't matter like how I looked, where I was. I was like, God, this isn't me. I am not this person, and I wanted to be happy, but I just didn't know how. Like I truly had gotten lost, like and caught up in the comparison. I lost who I was, and so I cried out to God that night. And one of the beautiful things about prayer is that it's truly communication between you and God. As I pray, He listens. And as once I got done, He speaks. God does speak back, and He desires for us to commune with Him. And so I heard Him that night, and He clearly said that you don't know the battle behind the crown. I was like, what, God? What does that mean? Like, He said, you don't know the battle behind the crown, meaning you may compare yourself to this other woman thinking that she has everything put together because she looks good on the outside, not knowing that just like you behind closed doors that she is crying as well. Like things aren't well put together as you perceive them to be. So just as if you're going through, she's going through as well. And He told me to polish your crown. He told me to work on myself. And so just from that moment, I knew then that is where Polish Your Crown Women's Conference was birthed. Like, as women, we do compare ourselves to other women, and sometimes it's subconsciously, just like we see women on TV, on social media, on the magazine, and we subconsciously compare ourselves, to them. Oh, okay, that's the latest trend. That's the size I should be. Those are clothes I should be wearing. And sometimes all the times in comparing yourself, you can get lost, and I did it. I got lost. I lost who I was as a woman. I lost who I was as a business one person. Heck, I lost who I was as a newly, wed wife. Like I didn't know. I was so caught up in trying to be like other people and trying to have the life that they had and the things that they had, that I lost Ashley. Like, I did not value the gifts, the talents that God put inside of me. And so that is why I birthed Polish Your Crown Women's Conference, because I think we all had or had a moment in which we lost who we were, whether it's through a divorce, a breakup, maybe, you lost your job, you're a single mom and you just going through. It does not matter. I think at some point of our lives we perhaps lose who we are as women. And so Polish Your Crown Women's Conference is an opportunity for women to come together and be transparent. Just be like, some days it's hard. Like, it really is hard because you feel like you have to, be on top of everything. And so this is where the conference is birthed, an opportunity for women to be transparent, just be before one another, and just really, sorry, put my phone on silent. Before one another and just really help each other out. We have some phenomenal speakers that will be there. But besides all of that, this is an atmosphere that where self-development meets God's purpose for our lives. Because at so many at times, we develop things, but we're working on ourselves, but what does God say? And sometimes we lose what God say about us. So if you've ever experienced a moment in your life where you perhaps lost your self-worth, lost who you were, perhaps experienced depression, and you just need to be built back up, need to be poured into, then I encourage you to attend Polish Your Crown Women's Conference. Please come out. It's just going to be an amazing, amazing conference that I've been praying for. Like, I'm already praying that God is there to be in the atmosphere to set it so that when you come in, you are not leaving the same. And this is a transformational experience, not something we're going to come and empower you, yes, but I want you to leave. I want you to be transformed. Leave feeling refreshed, renewed, filled back up so that you can go out here and conquer life and be the queen that you are destined to be. If you want to attend, you can go to pyc2019.eventbrite.com. That is pyc2019.eventbrite.com. Once again, that's pyc2019.eventbrite.com. I am Ashley King, aka the Get It Done Queen, and the queen influencer behind the Polish Your Crown Women's Conference. And I encourage you to attend. I hope to see you all there. Love you all, and I shall talk